Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities. We're going to work our way through the dollar yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all of these topics, looking for potential investment opportunities, sharing those opportunities with everyone in the community. And we do have a discount coupon code going on. Discount is the coupon code if you'd like to save some money and try it out. I did recently release the question and answer session that we did yesterday. It's on the website. All right, guys, let's dive in, see what's going on with what's going on today. So the dollar is continuing lower. We are seeing weakness in this dollar, and it is being driven by the lowering of yields. So we are seeing people running into bonds, whoever that may be, and that is leading to a weaker dollar. So generally, the monetary tightness or looseness leads to dollar movements. The two-year yield heading lower. We could be breaking out of this pattern to the downside. We'll see if there's any follow through here to the downside, or if we jump back within the pattern. 10-year also getting some selling pressure down 1.88%. It still looks a little bit weak, and the momentum is still to the downside. We are sitting on top of support, uh, trend lines, and stuff like that. So it's going to take some effort to get us down there. And then the 30-year down 1.5% as well. Momentum is heading a little bit lower. We do have a little bit of wick on the bottom. Sometimes we get a little bit of support there. There is some support coming through here. So we're right at that support area. We'll see where we go from here. TYX, TNX ratio heading up a little bit. This is generally good. It's a little bit of a tailwind for gold. I am completely confused on why gold is down today. Completely confused. Usually, what we've seen today, lower dollar, lower yields, and this ratio going up, that's about all the tailwind that you can get behind gold. And gold was down quite a bit today. We've got TLT, bond prices are up 1.26% here with a big gap in the morning. We've got the 2 and the 10. It is inverting a little bit. And this is the only thing that would go against gold would be the yield curve inverting upwards a little bit, but it's up a little bit, 0.34%. And it's possible to get us back up above and stay inverted. It's totally possible. So gold's down $36 an ounce. I do think that there's a possibility here that we could head lower. This is a bearish candlestick here and here. We also have a little wick at the top. So there is a possibility that this does eventually work its way on over. I'm also seeing a little bit of kind of a, call it that Batman pattern is what is what I call it. We'll see if there's any follow through here, or if we get small candlesticks and then another big down candlestick like we see right there. We'll see if that transpires or not. Silver down about 2%. It's got a huge wick at the bottom, which means people were buying it up throughout the day. So if we kind of zoom in, you can see that we were forced lower pretty quickly in the morning and then came back up, buying pressure. We still look really good on the long term. We've broken through all of these patterns upward, and the bias is still upward. So that looks good on the longer term. Shorter term, we're getting a little bit of selling pressure, but there was some buying pressure towards the end of the day. Platinum down 1%. Again, we get these big wicks at the bottom. That means there's buying pressure towards the end of the day. And we're still squeezing in the corner here. And then palladium, much stronger selling pressure in palladium, down 3.83%. And we do have this falling wedge that we've broken out of. There's this guy here that I removed. We do have the 3-hump consolidation, then the breakout, and that was the breakout moving higher, and we're getting some selling pressure here recently. GDX down 1.5%, GDXJ down 3%, right on support, and SILJ down almost 3.7%. We could see this drop. It is a possibility if this is a flag pattern, which it does look like, and we could spit out and head down back here, which is a possibility for SILJ. GDXJ's got, they all have similar setups, GDX, GDXJ, they're all kind of upward facing setups. Whenever you get these upward facing setups, they can move lower in the short term. Mostly when you're in a downtrend and it stair steps, you have upward facing patterns. In uptrends, you have downward facing patterns like that. Just an FYI so you guys can see it. XAU to gold ratio down about 1%. We're back to that support level way down there. And we've broken through the big first downtrend here. Then we've come and rolled over and come back to support. Crude oil down 2.14%. We're almost back to strong support at about $71, $72. We'll see if there's more downside here. The momentum's down. A little bit of selling pressure today. We did come off the bottom a little bit. That's why there's a wick. We're at support through here, and we'll see if that holds. If not, we're coming back to the support level at 71.50. TTF gas down 3.5% roughly. Still in an uptrend in this upper channel. We are going to come into spring at some point, and we could see a little bit of selling pressure when that does come through springtime. If it normally kind of cycles through. Natural gas in America down 8%, kind of a larger selling pressure day. We did get some selling pressure in these two candlesticks here, kind of coming back down. In the short term, guys, I don't really worry about this stuff. I think there's so much demand coming for natural gas in terms of LNG exportable capacity. We're just up against a little bit of resistance is what we're at. So here's that resistance coming across there that we're encountering at the current time. Boy, XOP, yeah, you know me, down 1.9%. We're coming back. We get kind of these resistance areas. We've come on back, and I'd like to see it at least gain some support above this low here. I don't want to see it break that low. We've got OIH down 1.8%. Again, a lot of resistance through here that we were hitting. We've dropped back off that resistance, and hopefully we can stay above that 260-ish area. Newcastle coal futures down 1.4%. So it gapped down in the morning and it came up throughout the day. Looks fine. Looks like we're going to consolidate here for a little bit above support. And that still looks fine to work its way up eventually to the upside. This has all been one big consolidation. Usually consolidations, you can consolidate sideways for a while before heading higher. From Physical Uranium Trust getting a lot more selling pressure along with the NASDAQ and S&P today. Lots of selling pressure. We're still within the pattern, but we'll see if there's any follow through here or not. It's a big candlestick. It was down 8.4%. Lots of selling pressure there. And sometimes this happens right before a big move to the upside. It flushes everyone out. So don't get too discouraged if you're holding on. And there's a possibility that we even come and do a retest back here at 1780 or so, or wherever, around 18 bucks. Uranium futures pricing down 2.8% as well, and we could. It's possible it comes down and does, tags it somewhere down here in a false breakdown, and then slingshots you in the other way. Totally possible. If it does, I'm gonna buy some stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be uranium, but I'm gonna buy something when things pull back. URA down 11%. Pretty big selling pressure day to day. We're back to support. Pretty big selling pressure day. We've got your URNM down 10%, and then URNJ down 11%. Man, this is going to get close to my buying. If it comes back down here, guys, I'm going. I'm going to rip it. If it comes back down there, I don't know if it will, but I'll wait until it bottoms and turns. But yeah, we're coming back down. This could be a breakout, a retest, and we're coming back lower. I don't like to see it if it were to break this level down here and create a new lower low. So you've got the breakout here, the retest here. We came on down, and we don't want to be breaking some of these lows down here. We've got a couple of lows that we want holding. If it does break and it goes down, we could see it really start to sell off to the downside. That is a possibility. Copper, we got this nice big pattern, kind of the three hump consolidation there. We've broken out. Some people say, "Oh, it's a false breakout. It's coming back." Well, calm down, people. Like let's see where this thing takes us. We've had a big down day today with copper, but most everything sold off today, pretty hard. So patience, guys, patience. Like we need to see a couple more days of trading action to make sure these things are developing trends or not. COPX also getting sold off 2.18%. Not a huge selling pressure day, and we're still kind of in this channel region, is what we'll call it. Iron ore up, surprisingly up 0.45%. I think this is squeezing up and we're going to break to the upside. Now, some people have said, well, the supply demand characteristics, well, there's also currencies and money flows that could be changing right in front of us. Money flows out of the NASDAQ and S&P, and it's going to start to look for a home. And with yields dropping, maybe that spurs more construction in our real estate cycle, perhaps. So we're squeezing up in the corner here. We'll see which direction we break. To me, it looks bullish because we've entered this from the downside upward. Aluminum coming off that resistance level going across, and we've pulled back down about 1% for aluminum. Nickel also down 1.1%, pulling back a little bit. There's the candlestick, you guys can see it. And we've got kind of this double bottom still playing out. Move up 1.12. There's something that's up today. Iron ore and Moo. This looks good. We've got momentum heading higher. It looks good to keep going up. And this is your agribusiness ETF. We've got emerging markets down 1.82%, surprisingly, with weaker dollar, weaker yields. I would expect this to go up, but nope, it sold off too. KRE was up 1%, one of the few that were up. We've got TAN down about 1%. That looks okay. Looks like it's trying to base out here or something. Got lithium down about 1%, right on support. Support resistance going across there. We're right on top of it. We've got REMX down 0.6 right on top of support. We'll see if it holds. Baltic Dry Index, this was last Friday. This was Friday's candlestick, down about 5.6%. We are getting stronger selling pressure to the downside. This does look a little bit weak for Baltic Dry Index. XHB, I know it was up today. I can't remember. I don't know what it closed at, but it was up. XHB up 1.2% from those weaker yields. It is a bullish engulfing. We'll see if there's any follow through to the upside for the home builders. This is attributed to a weaker 10-year yield, and that's going to transpire into weaker mortgage rates. So mortgage rates is very, I think the market thinks that affordability is the problem, which I think it is too. And mortgage rates is going to be a big driver of all this. Russell 2000 down 1%. We're right at support in this general region, right where we're at. We've got the S&P 500 down 1.5%, but it was getting purchased throughout the day. That's why it's a green candlestick. So it gapped lower and then came back up off that low. So there's the gap there. Then it came back off the low upwards. So momentum is up, but was gapped pretty hard in the morning. The NASDAQ getting gapped pretty hard in the morning too. It did come back up a little bit, but strong selling pressure kind of across the board here. SMCI down 12%, getting some selling pressure there in the semiconductor space where I think people are starting to worry. There's that, whatever was released over in China, like Chat GPT, whatever that thing was. I can't remember the name of it, but NVIDIA down 17%. We saw these big selling distribution candlesticks, and today another strong selling pressure day. We'll see if there's any follow through with this or not. BTC down 2.26, big wick at the bottom, so people bought it up, or maybe they painted the tape or whatever they're doing with it. But that still looks okay to work its way on up. Momentum is higher. Ethereum down slightly, but still above support. Everything's holding together in this falling wedge above the support of another flag pattern. That does look good to go higher over time. And then MicroStrategy, we had strong selling pressure in the morning, but it came back up throughout the day, and it's holding on at the moment. But this still, I mean, look at these big distribution candlesticks back there. It still looks kind of ugly. Not a pretty looking chart. You know, usually don't see that. Well, you might see it in continuation pattern, but usually you see that at tops. But and the VIX is spiking up 20. It spiked up today. Big spike today in the VIX. And this is what it looks like. There's the monster spike in 2020. And then we had another monster spike with that yen carry trade breaking out of the downtrend. And maybe we're entering in an uptrend where this starts to spike more. We get more volatility. But that's what I've got for today, guys. We've got that. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you like. Discount coupon code. And that's all I've got for today. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.